I think that the reason that... Well, I don't really know why that mechanics and firemen and all those sorts of people have calendars of chicks. I suppose it's the same way that, you know, some people, not myself, have calendars of big muscly men with sock stuff down there. What's the mix? The G-strings. I think it's because, to them, that's the kind of ideal woman. I mean, I don't think that people should base all of their self-worth on their breasts. But I think, you know, that's what I do. If you've got it, flaunt it. And if you don't have it, buy some bra lift things if you want it. National Geographic. You know, because you see a lot more shaggy boobs there, and everyone will start going, well, she's got shaggy boobs. I don't mind if I've got shaggy boobs. Probably why, you know, watching too much Baywatch makes me think that I need curvier breasts. Both sexes, especially males, I think. Only because they don't have a pair of their own, and they, you know, males tend to say, oh, if I had Elle McPherson's body for a day, I'd stay home and play with myself, or whatever. You know, get to know my bits and pieces. So I was actually picking up a plate from somebody and taking it away, and this woman just gave this, she didn't even look at my face, she looked at my breast, and just gave the most beautiful and I was like, what? So I went back to, you know, the kitchen, and I said to these people, I think I just experienced breed envy. I don't know what's going on. This woman just gave my breast strange. I think I'd probably get the giggles about breastfeeding, to be honest, just because, I don't know, I can't imagine what it would feel like. Nice and pleasurable or whatever. But...
More than anyone, the made-for-TV pop star group Truebliss epitomised the fantasy of being transformed into stars and becoming famous.
One day I knew it would be my destiny to be famous. Oh, shit, Erica. No, I always wanted to be famous, and that is not a lie.
I think fame is attractive, though. I think that the media wants you to believe that fame is attractive. That's why...
Especially when you're little.
Exactly. I mean, you just always with these images of famous actresses and singers and the whole lifestyle that goes along with it. So everybody gets addicted to it. When people say overnight success, I sit there and go, oh, shit, but was it really overnight? But then it was for us.
Truebliss did become a media sensation, but they weren't prepared for the negative public response.
It was straight away, oh, those Spice Girl wannabes. It wasn't, oh my gosh, there are 5 really talented New Zealand girls. You know, it was like, oh, God, they're such tryhards. And I think for me, to have people, you know, dog you all the time like that was really, really hard.
So, I mean, there were people that come up and said, oh, it's so good to see, you know, somebody that's not, like, really, really tiny going out there and, you know, doing it and being a role model. And then there was other people that said, get off the stage, fair cow, you know? Oh, and, you know, if they didn't have that show, they should be doing so much better. Do you know what I mean? And, like, at first, I wasn't aware that I would be exposed to that, but that's the other side of being in this position. That makes them like you, doesn't it? That makes them go...
Women's magazine editor Wendell Nissen was called in to counsel Truebliss. More than most, she knows about the reality of fame.
The New Zealand public owns its stars.
Oh, please, whatever. And you just go, hi, yeah, you know, try and smile. But really, deep down, you want to go, well, you bloody try and go up on stage in front of 3,000 people and sing your heart out, you know? So, you know, because you are now, you know, in the public eye, you have to always have that nice, lovely persona, which we are naturally anyway. But when somebody's being really rude to you, you don't really want to, but that comes with a job.
People will come up and they will say whatever negative, like, you know, oh, you skanky slapper or whatever, but I can't even say what people would say that are abusive, and they feel as though they have the right to take out whatever insecurities they have in their home life out on you. And I think...
And sometimes it wasn't even what they said, it was the way they looked at us and went like, oh, you know, we'd be like, what?
A television series changed the lives of these women. But while they're still treated as celebrities, a year down the track, the reality is they still need to work.
As we're at that stage where we're not, and we haven't for a long time made enough money to survive with what we do, and it becomes a problem when you then have to go back to doing other work because you've been in the public eye and you're supposed to have this profile, and to have to go and look then for a job where you're in the public eye all the time, and people are like, well, what does this mean? Does this mean that you're not in the group, or you're not famous? What's going on? You know, it kind of takes away from that persona that you want out there.
Oh, the fame as well. I don't anymore. I know better now.
Yeah. We didn't have money, but if we said something about it, we were moaning. And if we didn't say something, they would assume that we had money, and therefore we were undeserving cows.
I mean, I could be working in a supermarket and earning what I was earning kind of thing. It was not... We weren't on a lot of money. We didn't earn a lot of money, and if anything, most of the time we had nothing. You know, we borrowed. We did have the advantage of borrowing things to wear for events, but you had to give them back at the end. And unfortunately, that again gave people the image that we had all this stuff and we had all this money. But really, it was like, you know, okay, well, here's the clothes back. I'll just stick my taxi tax and my t-shirt back on and, you know, go on home.
2-minute noodle.
You have to uphold this perspective of being rich, famous, gorgeous, got everything.
Yeah.
And then just, it's the total flip side.
The reality is born, but it can turn into a nightmare. Your chances of survival are as good as your ability to manage the pressures of fame.
I want that attention, and then, you know, you get jaded because you're like, oh, I love this attention, but then people are freaking me out. I can't handle everyone looking at me or whatever. Can they just stop? You know, oh my God, I feel just like I'm so out there. I just don't know what to do with myself. And then when people stop looking, you're like, oh, so wait, I'm still famous. Come on. Just recognize me, little girl, please.
Many things about the price of fame. I still want to be famous.
The best god that is fame.